Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to another of the best games of StarCraft. In this past week or two, I've had so many people say, oh dude, you gotta check out this map, this series. And this was an individual map that got recommended to me. This was from somewhere in one of these weekly cups. People said, just check out this one game, check out this one replay and give it a cast, you're gonna enjoy it. And I was like, all right, let's take a look. Clem in the top right is going up against MaxPax in the bottom left. And red Protoss shoes. 2 SCVs being pulled down. Now, of course, he wants to get damage on that probe earlier because he's going to have money about 1:40 to put the command center down. And you notice the probe is like, hey, almost 1:40, time to block. So nice play by MaxPax, already at 400 minerals. So the command center has been delayed right now by about 4 or 5 seconds. Very well done there by MaxPax. And it's gone, of course, Cybercore into the Nexus, into the second pylon at the front, which, by the way, I think that pylon is too far forward, guys. What do I mean by that? I mean, MaxPax, that pylon is not a quick warp-in pylon until it has a gateway built, because it's too far from the Nexus. So if you build a pylon close to a Nexus or a warp gate, then you can actually do a fast warp-in, but otherwise it won't work. Now, Clem looks like he wants to proxy a bunker here, but MaxPax already has a probe on top of it. So I think Clem is just going to back off. Yeah, he chucks his factory down at home, goes for a bunker, and then a reactor here on the barracks. Clean play by Clem, very standard on both sides, and it's going to be Twilight Council to complete the wall off for MaxPax. Reaper runs in, finds a probe. Adept says, get away from my probe! Gets a hit off. Oh, nice cancel in the shade. Clem is so, he's like, I'm going to juke you, I'm going to get fast and get to your probe. Mama Adept protecting. Oh my god, he's so annoying with his Reaper! Guys, a Reaper only has one more range than an Adept. But I've seen Clem kill an Adept with a Reaper before. He's so annoying. He just doesn't mess it up at all. Obviously, probably can't do this if he's playing cross-server, but since they're both European players, he can do it here. And MaxPax should be able to land a hit, and does so. One more hit would finish off that Reaper. And, uh-oh. The only way to escape that... Nah, that was bad. He should have ran over here. Oh, I don't think he would have got to the ledge in time. Oh, he injected combat drugs, so it doesn't matter, guys. He healed. Just to survive that hit. Well played. Blink is now on the way behind these two Adepts. And of course, Clem did not get inside the base to scout. The Reaper's going to try to double around and come back up here. And this Adept will threaten forward. But 2 Hellions are coming out and they say, hello, Mrs. Adept. Would you like some flamethrowers in your fucking face? She says, yes, please. And they say, just kidding. We're going for your probes. She's like, no, not my kids. She's going to recall home. These 2 Adepts going to try and wall off potentially. That'd be a good move. The Reaper up here wanted to bounce himself in, wasn't able to do it, and the Adepts will form a little bit of a wall here. Oh, very well done by MaxPax. Good micro by Clem, but obviously he's going to lose that Hellion in a moment. Oh, another Hellion goes down, but he's got 1 probe, gets 2 probes. Could drive into the main base as well. 1 hit from death, even a probe could finish him off here. Bit of miss micro from MaxPax, sends the Adept around a little bit. And personally, I'd just look for the scout, and indeed, 4 gateways. So Clem, right now, is going to shit his pants in fear, guys. Oh, God. He knows he has about 45 seconds until a Warp Prism and 8 Stalkers are blinking into his main base. That usually it's just after the 5-minute mark. Now, he's going to send a Widow Mine drop straight across to try and buy time, right? He's like, okay, if we can get those Widow Mines, we can buy time. And he's got to frantically build tanks, and he's getting a bunker on the high ground, Marines. His Widow Mine drop almost gets spotted by the Stalkers, but it seems like it's threading the needle right now. It's going to run into these 2 Stalkers, though. And Blink, not quite done just yet. MaxPax does turn around. Boosty. He's going to get at least 2 of these Widow Mines burrowed in the natural. I think he'll put some in the main as well. Yeah, 2 in the natural. Oh, no! Why'd he turn around there? He should have gone towards the main base, but oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to take the ones that didn't fire. Ah! Nice blink by Maximus Paximus. Oh, good retarget, though. Very good retarget on that Widow Mine. And that does finally go down. Meanwhile, though, guys, as I said, just after the 5-minute mark, Stalker's coming in. He doesn't have his bunker loaded yet. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, his tank has to siege in a super defensive position because he's not worried about protecting the SCVs. He's worried about the tank going down and straight up losing the game. Thankfully, the Viking does land some hits on the Prism. If the Prism goes down, that's when you're in huge trouble. MaxPax bringing more Stalkers across the map to join up with this. He's getting a lot of damage. Oh, Clem not having any units in that bunker, not having that tank out at all. Oh, the Blink does take it out. And notice how he only keeps targeting with a few Stalkers while the others focus down everything else. There's a lot of Marines left here, though, so MaxPax is losing a lot of Stalkers. Maybe this is salvageable for Clem. 4 more Stalkers. Oh, they blinked in there already. Uh-oh. Oh, that's already doing too much damage. That's going to do friendly fire, maybe. Oh, no, he blinks forward, MaxPax, with a derpy blink, but more stalkers in the main. Guys, Clem is not mining right now. Look at the income in your top left side of the map. There is 0 income right now for Clem. MaxPax is tearing him apart, and Clem right now, screaming in agony, is going, God damn it, why was I not ready for this, dude? I built way too many Widow Mines, and they did not do enough damage. Now, obviously, he's only down 5 SCVs because he did do some probe damage, and MaxPax is committed so hard to this. If MaxPax can get a 3rd Nexus thrown down during this, though, he will be in such a good position because he can find even more damage. One tank with very little support there. The Viking gets taken out. Take out refinery, depots, all these things. Juicy targets. You just don't want to get cornered up here. Now, MaxPax does have that Korean mentality of diving aggressively and going too deep sometimes. I don't think he's going to make that mistake here. I just don't think there's enough Marines to punish it, guys. 17 Marines seems like a good number, but remember, 4 are on the natural with some SCVs, all on hold position, ready to repair that. The Stalkers are here as well. MaxPax, chuck that 3rd base down, bro. Chuck that 3rd base down. You know you want to. Oh, he's hungry for more damage. Zealots! He's doing the Zealots to tank, but the other siege tank is very far back. Oh! Clem got some big tank shots off there. And this one was very costly for MaxPax. He gets a tank, a few Marines, 6 SCVs. Warp Prism is here. Is this a second Warp Prism? No. He never lost it. Okay, but it's still 45 workers versus 32. Now he moves out to take the 3rd. He's going DT Shrine. He's got a Robo up, 2 full bases versus Terran that is crippled. And guys, Stim never started. This is just unupgraded Marines pumping out of 3 barracks. They're not even on the tech labs. The tank moved to the low ground. Another tank does come out. Clem? That's a dead siege tank, bro. Oh no, Clem! Oh, is it? MaxPax shat the bed! MaxPax shat the bed, guys! Oh, and he gets the prism! It was a maxi taxi! MaxPax! Oh my god, he was standing there triumphantly like, get wrecked, Terran player! Get wrecked, Terran player! And then they're like, Clem is like, mate, check yourself before you wreck yourself. MaxPax is like, what do you mean? And Clem says, look at your ankle, mate. Clem points. MaxPax looks down at his ankle. What does he see but a dribble? A big brown dribble. It's going into his socks, down his pants leg. And he goes, oh, shit, I did an oopsie. I did an oopsie, mate. And, man, he just lost far too many units. That was really bad. He had so much momentum. But Clem manages to hang on. Gets that tank surviving. The Marines jumping forward. And then the Prism turning around, trying to save Stalkers and getting itself killed with 3 Stalkers inside of it. Turned into a death trap. Now, I don't think this is over by any means. I don't think, oh, you threw away the game, you're dead now. MaxPax is still in an okay position because he's got DTs coming in. There are turrets, though, unfortunately, so he should really wait with the DTs. His Colossus tech is kind of late. He does need to probe his 3rd very quickly. Now, remember, MaxPax attends Zest University. For those who don't know, Zest University, MaxPax is actually in trouble permanently in that class because unlike Zest, he doesn't float thousands of resources for no reason. So he's got a failing grade in the Zest float. What he has a very good grade in, though, is intermittent probing, right? So a lot of people do intermittent fasting. Very aggressive Protoss players like Zest and MaxPax, they like to do intermittent probing where they take little gaps in their probes. They don't chrono boost them that much because all their chronos are on their aggressive units, their upgrades, and they're constantly focused on attacking their opponent. Warp Prisms in the back, Stalkers picking off, Colossus looking for shots, Disruptors looking for balls. And you can see, no priority on getting the gases on the 3rd. It's all like, no, right here, right now, keep chronoing the Colossus. Probably wants that Viagra upgrade as well in the near future. And you can see that he's got that healthy worker lead, 11 workers, 3rd commands, and it's only halfway done for Clem. And if MaxPax can establish a 4th base as well, he'll be looking pretty. Double drop did go past the Prism. The Stalkers are looking for it. And what do we got? Just a few Zealots walking in. Charge not quite done, but a Colossus and a battery should be enough to defend this. The Stalkers are still roaming, going, where is it? Where is it? I saw it go past my Prism. Now, Clem, he actually saw the Prism over there, but being a high-level Terran player, guys, remember, what's the rule? I always tell you guys, Bronze to GM, all my shows, send a Viking. If you see that Warp Prism, or there's any chance of it, always put a Viking here in TVP. Now, Clem doesn't do that because he's a pro gamer Terran, one of the best in the world. And if you're a pro gamer Terran, you have to lose at least 20 SCVs to the first Prism drop while your attack's moving out. This is something that is, if you don't do it, you failed Terran school. You're just not a high-level Terran player unless you're completely unprepared for the Warp Prism that you flew right past. Maybe throwing some shade at my team captain in the Casters Civil War Team League right now. What can I say? Clem's got a very scary push, though. And here comes that DT drop. SCVs fighting DTs is not a good idea. Run away, Clem. You do not want to fight that hook. He does run away once the turret goes down. Big position here. Oh, that Twilight's going to go down. Base on the right side. Zealots plus Super Battery, though, looking very good. Should defend for the moment. Oh, Scan does clean up some DTs, but man... Wait, what? 26? Guys, did you just see that field of dead SCV pieces? Oh my god. Oh, the Stalker gets the double drop snipe. Oh no, Clem just lost a double drop. Another DT gets another SCV in there. I'd love to see these other DTs just run in the front as well. That would be huge. Looks like the drop does pull back from there. Okay, Clem's still working the elevator angle. And I think he just killed the Robo. No, Robo's in the natural, but he killed the Robo Bay. And now he's going to get the Forge with 4+1 finishes. Very frustrating for MaxPax, but if he just attacks from the right side, I think he can sandwich this army. And if he clears this army up, I think he wins this game. Oh, that tank gets taken out by the Colossus on the left side. The Stalker should focus fire this siege tank. Just focus fire the tank, buddy, not the Medivacs. The tank, he's trying to stop Clem getting away, but he hasn't killed the tank yet. The Colossus spent that whole fight shooting the tanks, not the bio, so not as clean as it could have been for MaxPax. But as the dust settles, you've still got your 3 Colossus alive. Your Forge barely survived. He's going to get his +1 up. You've got 3 bases up. Now, keep in mind, Natural's starting to mine out. Main's half mine out. You need a 4th base. But you're up against a Terran whose 3rd is lifted. He's on 33 SCVs. I mean, Clem is in absolutely Dark Templar Town right now. MaxPax says, you're in Dark Templar Town. And he's even blocking him from landing the orbital, which he's trying to use to scan the DT. MaxPax, what does he say? What do we know, MaxPax fans? What's he saying? How are you so good with Dark Templar, MaxPax? We've heard it before. We'll hear it again. You just micro them. That amazing piece of wisdom that just keeps on delivering. Widowmines are coming in the natural. Be careful. Maximus, be careful, mate. Oh! What? What just... No. Instant rewind. Instant rewind. I'm going to break the reality. Instant rewind. How? How was that in range? I didn't even see the tracking line. Oh, no. What happened here? Did he retarget it? No. Oh, that little shit. That little gas coward. That little gas coward could have just stayed where he was and taken that Widowmine hit. Instead, he literally... It's the guy who's like, guys, I've got smallpox. And then runs into your house and starts hugging everybody. Help! Help! I've got smallpox! He literally dragged the Widowmine into the other 14 probes. MaxPax has got to be so pissed off at that. Oh, that really hurts. And that actually keeps Clem in the game. Because Clem was so far behind on the economy. Now MaxPax is just trying to recover his probes. He can't take that 4th base. If he could take a 4th now, he wins this game. Because he's just going to outscale the Terran by too much. But Clem there, really, wow, gets some very necessary damage. I still think MaxPax should, with this big Colossus army, very much focus on getting the 4th up. I guess the other thing would be Archons. But, man, as I say that, because I'm like, look, the problem right now is the Viking count's growing. There's only 3 Medivacs. So Clem's building for a timing attack. He says, look, I'm not going to have enough Medivacs to do healing. One of them is over here. So I've only got 2 with my army. So once I stim, I'm not really getting those hit points back. So it's going to be one big push. But I'm going to have a sick Viking count, and we're going to take down the Colossus with them. And yeah, I mean, that's going to work because there's no meat on the ground. All we've got is 4 Zealots, which means the Stalkers are going to be dying to the Marauders, so they can't really deal with the Vikings. So Archons would be great, but guess what? 4 Ghosts are popping out right now. He's got 4 Tech Labs, 1 Reactor. Great way to play against heavy Colossus, so he's got very few Marines. And oh! 8 more probes just went down? Oh! MaxPax, you can't be affording to take this, dude. Oh, man. That's really rough now. That's very, very unfortunate. So, like I said, so Clem, he's back to even workers. He's got the Ghosts, which hard counter Archons. They also can EMP DTs, so you don't have to use a scan to deal with them. And that 4th base got delayed by like a good 2.5 minutes by the Widowmine damage. So suddenly there's no economy lead for MaxPax. He's still got a good Colossus count, but I gotta say, guys, I think this teaches us something. Oh, and once again, never be ready for that Warp Prism, guys. I leave a Viking patrolling there all game because I am a pleb. Clem is not a pleb. He tries to deal with it reactively. We see that does not always work out too nicely. The DTs do spread. Unfortunately, the Prism goes down. Looks like the Colossus are trying to shave units off this army, but the problem is, the reason MaxPax can't do that is if he gets EMP'd, he can't force field, and he could just get stimmed on by the Marauders. That DT goes down. There's another DT hidden up to the left. Now, I think Clem knows about it. I'm not quite sure. MaxPax is going to come back in, and he should go after the SCV on the turret, but... Oh, he's going to kill the turret, actually. Oh, is he though? Repair! Oh, very nice repair there. Great response by Clem. Does lose 8 more SCVs though, but for a Prism and a few DTs and a relatively low economy Protoss, that's not the best trade for MaxPax. He adds +2 attack. He's starting Disruptors, so going to slowly build up the ball count. A few more DTs going across the map, and he does have DT Blink, which is fantastic in a low economy game. Now, Clem, he stopped building SCVs, and he doesn't show any sign of building a 4th command center, an armory, He's going to get enhanced shockwaves. That is, of course, the EMP radius upgrade. Makes it into a big fat blob. Oh, this army is pulling home. These DTs need to be careful because as good as they could do some nice damage, don't get me wrong. But if he comes home and defends and cleans up the DTs and you don't actually trade well, trading poorly here is a death sentence for MaxPax. That being said, I think he's going to trade well. Oh my god, there's like, okay. Blinks in and goes for the turret. Oh my god, there's one scan available in the main, but dude, these DTs are killing it. 12 SCVs. Scan in the main will go down. Those DTs are going to try and hide. He gets one of them out of there. The other one's already used its blink. DT in the natural did go down. Looks like the DT in the third went down. I think 14 SCVs and pulling the whole army home is okay for, I think it was 5 Dark Templar, because you are now up 20 workers. That DT did actually hide. Comes back in 15 SCVs. And you're doing all right. You still don't have any meat for your army. But you've got 3 disruptors, you've got double robo pumping. Clem has a very scary army, but if you just keep chronoing disruptors, I think MaxPax should have enough of an economy advantage. It's going to be hard for Clem to deal with 2 more DTs again. Oh my god. 2 more DTs going on, guys. Clem just refuses to die in this game. And what was I saying before, guys? If you're behind, the Widow Mine drop is the comeback mechanic as Terran. If you're ever behind and forced to turtle, do Widow Mine drops at the same time. And as we see from Clem in this game, it can get you back in it. Vikings already taking out a Colossus, and MaxPax a little bit eager to throw those balls out there. Remember, young lads, guys, patience is everything. And gets only a single Marauder with that one. He's throwing these balls a little too early. Gets a Marauder there, but most of his balls are empty right now. Battery overcharge is good, but the Viking count is very frightening. Another Colossus, another 2 Colossus fall. There's only 1 left. MaxPax is getting routed right now. Oh no, he's got to give this base up, but his Robo goes down. That's his second Robo. DT's in the natural. That unit will go down. Yep, doesn't manage to blink it in time. I mean, Clem's economy is totally dicked. But dude, he just took out those Colossus way too efficiently. The Stalkers needed to focus fire those Vikings. But now that the Vikings have done their job, guess what? They're floating home to try and help defend. He centers Vikings and says, well, I'll keep him ready because they're not the best fighting unit on the ground in case he rebuilds Colossus, and I'll use him to defend those DT run-bys. But look at this. Just baiting the balls out and not even stimming. He's only got 2 medevacs, remember. I said he was building for a timing attack. He can't afford to keep stimming. Oh, but I think, okay, gets 1 Marauder there. MaxPax, I think he's throwing these balls out a bit too cautiously. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Your balls are in the open. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Oh, no, 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 he's going to go for it. He dives. He dives. And his swift kick in the nuts. MaxPax a little bit too far forward. And you see, Clem chooses his moment. He says there's only 1 disruptor ready to fire. If I can stop that one from going off, the other ones will not have time to shoot. And just like the vengeance of a man who is severely pissed off and says, I don't care about the rules of combat anymore, he runs up forwards and full-blown wind up on his leg, swings back his hip, leans in to it, and just absolutely soccer kicks MaxPax right in the balls. And I'm telling you, dude, they literally went back up inside his body there. Those disruptors just got annihilated, and that's really, 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 really hard. I mean, there's a good point. We've got a pro gamer Protoss in chat, Spaz or Spats, whichever one you prefer there. And he's actually just given us a very good point of analysis. He says, if you don't have 8 or more disruptors versus Clem, it is technically 0 disruptors because he will not let a single one land on you. And it's 100% correct, dude. He wasn't even stimming and he was dodging the disruptor shots. And the thing is, why was MaxPax throwing the shots so early? Because if he didn't throw them early enough, he knew he'd get stimmed on and sniped down before they connected. And that's why MaxPax had to throw those shots out so bloody early. The Stalkers here trying to fight this off. Stalkers, not great units. Battery overcharge. Do the battery over. If he battery overcharges, he can fight now. Okay, battery overcharge, and he will fight. Zealot probe, Stalker DT. Landed Vikings, 2 Marauders and a Marine with medevacs. This is such a ridiculous battle. Not one you see every day. And it seems like MaxPax, I mean, he's got to defend this base or he's dead in this game. Clem has floated his main over to a 4th base as this all happens. He's trying to dodge the Stalker projectiles, but these Zealots coming in. Ooh, this could be a good trade for MaxPax. Get some medevac. Should be able to get at least 1 more of them. Recall to the main perhaps is the play, but probably doesn't want to bother. Probably just go over here and then blink to the high ground. And I think Clem's going a bit too deep right now. There we go. But Clem, like I said, guys, he's got the extra expansion. His income is miles ahead right now. Man, why do I... Every time I say that, it's like 100 or 200 reasons. I'm like, miles ahead. It's 1 base versus 2 bases, and then the number happens to at that moment be like barely higher. Gosh, this happens to me every time, man. I always bring up the income tab. You see, now it gives a better example now. It is a lot higher, okay? I promise you that. Now, of course, DTs are still an option for young Maximus, and that's why scans aren't really being, they're being saved up, which is why mules aren't being dropped down. But man, Clem has fought his way back into a game that did not start well for him, with that 4-gate blink tearing him apart. The infamous Maxi Taxi, though, unfortunately did go down for MaxPax. And dude, Clem has fought back so hard here. I'm really impressed with his ability to just keep creating opportunities for MaxPax to make mistakes. And with his micro, it really does feel like the Terran army is so overpowered. And as much as I complain about Protoss being very difficult with things like Dark Templar and Disruptor shots, when you get to the peak level, you look at a Terran army and it is such a fearsome thing to behold. When you've got Clem or Maru controlling it, you're like, holy crap, dude. Like, yes, these units are glass cannons, but you know what? It doesn't matter if they never get hit by anything, right? You're just like, he just kills everything, man. He just dodges the balls. And nice. Oh, that always feels so good, guys. If you can bait out a double scan for the DT, you're always smiling. So MaxPax gonna micro his DTs, try and secure this base. He's got 10 Stalkers, 8 Zealots, 1 Dark Templar. He's gonna rebuild a single Colossus. Good idea. DT runs in there. Get out of there, MaxPax. Blink. Ah! Gets out. Keep running, keep running, keep running. If you get far enough, sometimes they do another scan, but they do it really late. And then if you get the blink out, that's really good. I think an Observer just died there. I believe that's what just went down. As well as the Dark Templar. It is, of course, 2-2 upgrades for the Protoss, which does give him a bit of hope, but the army supply tells us a different story. The worker count tells us a different story. This far behind in workers and army, it's like, dude, I would normally say disruptors and DTs are the play, but he's handling the DTs. He's even leaving squads of units and turrets everywhere to deal with it. We know the balls aren't going to touch him, and off one robo, you're not going to get up enough balls, so it almost feels like it's a pointless thing to even bother with. And that's always the thing, right? It's the focus fire ability. If the disruptor gets close enough to really do a super threatening shot in a big fight, well, it just gets focused down, and that's the big problem. A lot of Zealots getting big damage from the Widowmine. The Colossus getting some nice damage. Notice MaxPax is focus firing it on the Marines, not the Marauders. Really good Colossus focus fire there. I gotta say, MaxPax taking some impressive fights. DTs run in and get 5 of those. You can see he's been EMP'd, which is why he's still revealed. And I don't know how long that EMP reveal lasts. I'm gonna say 7 seconds, but I don't know. Fact check me on that one. I just made that up. I actually have no idea. I know it's temporary, but when you get EMP'd, it does reveal invisible units for a few moments at least. We've got Stalkers pulling back as well. Second eBay Armory. Clem's making a late game transition. He's still only on 3 initial command centers here. But he says, you know what? Let's make 2-2. MaxPax gonna try and probe up 3 Nexi building probes at a time. 1, 2, 3. And I mean, he's got plenty of chrono, so he definitely could chrono this Nexus, but he doesn't have anywhere to mine from. So yeah, he's going to take this Nexus down here. Clem's going to take another command center and slow things down. He says, let's ensure the victory. And I think at this point he's done it. We're going to go to MaxPax Vision here and see what he's hoping for. How can he get his way back into this game? And I got to say, guys, I think right now, as a player myself, not of MaxPax caliber, if I was in his shoes, I would not even be able to focus. I'd be thinking about that warp prism that I flew back into the Marines in the main base at like the 8-minute mark. I'd be like, no, man, if I didn't do that, I'd be such a better position. This game would be over by now, man. But I think MaxPax being, I think as a super high level player, one of the best Protoss in the world, I do think he's a little better at kind of just focusing on the here and now than I ever have been as a player who instead spends my time just kind of getting angry at myself for the mistakes I made a few minutes earlier. Oh, look at this, guys. Those Widowmine drops. Good spready on his probes, but still 4 probes going down, and those individual Zealots and DTs aren't doing enough to Clem. I mean, he's outscaled at this point. He's overrun. And I gotta say, I just want to take these last few minutes of this game. I could end at any moment now. But just to appreciate the comeback that Clem made. Fighting hard from behind. And, you know, MaxPax has won a lot of games by getting overly aggressive with Blink Stalkers. Or aggressive, I should say. But this time, I think it was over-aggressive with that second or third wave of Stalkers. And just a little unfortunate for him. Now, the Colossus Zealot actually takes a pretty sick fight. Clem's like, I got this, bro. I can just overwhelm you. The problem is when you spread your bio out against Zealots, the Zealots look like very good units, as you can see. So against the Colossus, the splash you want to spread, but against the Zealots, you kind of want to ball up and start a step backwards to really stop those Zealots from landing many hits. Nonetheless, Clem's reinforce is far too big. MaxPax no doubt kicking himself for this game, as he did let it slip away, but As always, it takes 2 players to make a comeback like this. One player needs to make some mistakes, but the other player needs to do enough things right, put enough pressure on them to allow them to make those mistakes. And yeah, MaxPax made 1 or 2 big errors, but Clem made a bunch of incredible plays. And oh, he never made Thermal Lance? Oh my god, Twitch chat called that one out. I mentioned it earlier. I was like, he's got to remember Thermal Lance. I said it like 8 minutes in this game, and then, yeah, apparently he forgot it all game long. Oh no. Oh no. Chat was saying beam, not red. Wait, are you saying Thermal Lance changes the color of the beam? That's not a thing, is it? It's not a thing? Don't think there's a thing. I don't think it changes color. It's just the, you see the upgrade up here. The Colossus attack looks the same. Yeah. Someone in chat saying it changes on Liberators? Wait, really? Liberators change their attack color when they get range? I think you guys are making things up. I don't believe you, Twitch chat. Anyway, guys, we'll fact check all of that. You guys can let me know in the comments what things change colors. I know Adept attacks change colors when Resonating Glaives kicks in, and a few other things like that, like the Tempest also changes to orange, but I don't know any of the others. I will go check it. You guys can tell me how wrong I am about something that I've never noticed before. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one, and shout out to Clem for an incredible comeback. GG, well played.